Here's the big news for the Braves, though. Sean Murphy, their starting catcher, hit by a pitch. He'll miss 4 to 6 weeks, according to Mark Bowman, with a cracked left rib. Drake Baldwin will have a chance to begin the season as their starting catcher. He is the #1 prospect in the organization. He'll turn 24 later this month. He's a third-round pick in 2022. But again, Sean Murphy was, they hope to be, their big guy and actually an offensive force this year. So that hurts an awful lot getting hit by a pitch.
It really does. And listen, there have been some catchers that have taken over teams and done really well. Buster Posey comes to mind. Adley Rutschman comes to mind.
Yeah.
A premier position where so much is going on. You're trying to decode, a pitching plan. You're trying to figure out your pitchers. You're trying to learn on the fly. You're catching guys for the first time. And it's a little bit of a security blanket for a pitching staff when you know you have a guy that knows the league, knows the opposing teams, knows you, knows what your stuff is. When something's working, maybe you don't have the life on your fastball, you're having a difficult time with your breaking ball. So they're going to lean on a couple of guys. Travis d'Arnaud, they elected not to bring him back. And it's going to be interesting to see what the Braves do, because that's a premium position where early on you have to insert a young guy. You'd have Kurt Casale in camp, Sandy Leon's in camp. I would imagine that they're going to have one veteran guy backing him up if he is the guy to be #1. But it's a cause for some concern.
Sean Murphy was he was on our top 10 list 2 years ago. He had a miserable season last year, had a strained oblique on opening day. He never quite recovered. The year before, he had a 127 OPS plus. Remember, he had that tremendous start. Was one of the best hitting catchers in the game. So they were expecting him. They don't have Ronald Acuna Jr. back yet, at least in the month of April. Spencer Strider is still out. What's the effect of not having again, these are big guys that they will not have on the field at least early in the season.
I mean, if you're Brian Snitker right now, you have to be going, is this happening all over again? I mean, that was a miracle what the Braves were able to do last year. They had major players going down, starting pitchers, guys in the bullpen, everyday guys, Ronald Acuna Jr., just to name a couple of them. And it looks like it's rearing its head early on, and we're only in the first week of March. So that board, 3 very important key ingredients, because as we touched on, the margin for error, Phillies are good. The Mets are much improved. You fall, 4 or 5 games out of that mix going into May. It's hard to make those kind of games up in that division.
I figured the Phillies are about a 95-win team. I thought they were about a 93, 94-win team. The Mets are probably a 90-ish win team, right? So we're talking about over the stretch of 6 months, like just a handful of wins that could be, won or lost this month for the Braves.
And a lot of Braves fans this winter, when the season was over, okay, listen, the Phillies and Mets, you had your fun. This NL East has always gone through us for the last 10 or 15 years. All of a sudden now, if you're the Braves, you're like, here we go again. That injury bug biting some major players.